we are going to be looking back at this time, recognizing that this was a crucial historical moment for Bitcoin, for cryptocurrency, as the Western banking system is literally sitting on the brink of utter collapse. We are now watching the Bitcoin chart form a massive pattern that is about to break. And this is something that we need to be paying attention to, especially as we head into the weekend. So we're going to be diving into these charts today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications, because we are bringing you the most timely and the juiciest Bitcoin updates here on YouTube. We are right now witnessing the collapse of the Ponzi scheme, which is this fractional reserve deficit spending Keynesian economic system. Now, when this thing collapses, it is going to suck for everybody. We are all in some way or another very, very much so dependent on this system for our day-to-day lives. But because we understand what's happening, because we can look down the road and see, oh my goodness, things are going to get really bad, we can now put ourselves in the most advantageous situation possible for the future. And this is where Bitcoin, this is where cryptocurrency comes into play. Because as we are witnessing these bank stocks starting to look like meme coin pump and dumps, I mean, the newest wave of banks going under, here's the First Republic chart, here's the PacWest Bancorp chart. Bitcoin, on the other hand, looking pretty strong while these banks collapse. When we look at this chart, we can see that the Bitcoin price has been in this sideways range right now for about 50 days. Why is this so significant? Because ever since our low of what I consider to be the bottom of the bear market, we have been in these ranges that last about 50 days before a major break to the upside. Now, the range we were in between January and about March, the middle of March, lasted about 50 days before we had a big break of the range. And the way this actually happened was we had a fake out to the downside and then a big move to the upside. Now, something I don't know if you guys remember is this big move to the downside was actually triggered by Silicon Valley Bank going under, right? Silicon Valley Bank, they were completely illiquid. It caused a drop to the downside, but then it caused crypto to get a very bullish move to the upside of about 54%. Now, we are coming to the time where these ranges typically break out, and we're seeing another wave of banks collapse. How is that going to affect Bitcoin? Well, when we take a look at the chart right here, we can see that we are forming a symmetrical triangle pattern. And the great thing about these patterns is they are consolidation before a big move. When the price starts to squeeze together, it's telling us that a big move is coming. And we can get targets for this move by taking a trend line, taking it from the top to the bottom of this pattern, and then extrapolating this to the upside or to the downside. Now, what's so exciting about this is if this pattern breaks to the upside, we're going to hit our target of about $33,000, which, as you can see, is the next major resistance that we have before we enter into what I call the moon zone. Because once we get above $33,000, there is literally no resistance until $42,000. Now, if we get a break to the downside, we can see that we're going to be coming down to retest a very important support resistance flip, the neckline of this massive inverted head and shoulders pattern. So as you can see here, we have an inverted head and shoulders pattern, which is a very bullish pattern. The target of this inverted head and shoulders is going to be $42,000. And if we do, let's say, get a big flash crash to the downside, we're going to be coming right into a key zone of support, which then could give us a pretty significant bounce to the upside, just like what we saw over here. Now, when we look at the lower term timeframes, there are some key levels that we can look at to help us determine which way this price is going to break. Now, this is the range we've been trading for the past 50 days. And as you can see, we've been respecting very nicely the highs and the lows of this range. For those of us in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, this range has been a gold mine as we took a long exactly from the bottom right here with the setup given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Even just within the past few days, we grabbed a long right from the bottom and a short right from the top, these setups given in advance. By the way, y'all, if you want to take advantage of this volatility and trade these markets along with me, sign up for MEXC, link in the description and the pinned comment. This is my new favorite exchange. Fees are absolutely unbeatable. 0% limit fees, 33% off market fees. Great deal, especially for people who are scalping the lower time frames, like we do in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. By the way, guys, if you want to join the Casper Crew, go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Go ahead, click the link to join the VIP Discord. Guys, this is not a signals group, but it's an educational group where every single day we are doing 3 live streams, walking you through the live price action, looking for trade setups live, giving you our levels, giving you our setups. Plus, it's a great community to learn and grow as a trader. And if you want to learn how to trade this way, check out the 25% discount on the trading courses, link in the description and pinned comment. This will take you from a complete beginner and actually show you how to do this right, so you can do this with longevity without gambling away all your money, actually having a clearly defined system. So which way is this triangle going to break? Well, either way, I think this is a very bullish thing for Bitcoin, because if we do get the pullback, it will give us an opportunity to get a bounce from a very key zone of support. If we get the break to the upside, obviously it's going to give us a smooth move up to the $33,000 area. However, when we take a look at this local chart again, you can see that we have been forming this potential bearish head and shoulders pattern. And so we have been watching this for a number of weeks right now in the Casper Crew, saying, look, we're potentially forming here some bearish market structure, but we need to see, is this going to become invalidated? Well, right now there are some very key areas that we need to be aware of. First of all, we have gotten a bounce from this high volume node of the range right here, which so far is a very key area of support that needs to hold. And you can see that we are currently trying to reclaim this blue line, which is the value area high of this sideways range. If the Bitcoin price is able now to hold above this blue line of about 29,100 and hold there over the weekend and put in a high that is higher than what we got over here at 30K, then in my opinion, this bearish head and shoulders pattern will become invalidated, because instead of breaking down from the right shoulder, we're actually now finding support locally and then putting in a higher high, establishing local bullish market structure. Okay, so this is very, very important, especially what happens over the weekend. However, we are also potentially forming right now a bearish rising wedge pattern. And if we take a look at the target of this bearish rising wedge pattern, we can see that the breakdown target is going to be basically back down at these lows. So if we break down from this area, we can see that, whoops, we might get a move coming back down to the low of this range right here. So these are the two major things that we need to be aware of over the weekend to determine which way this pattern is going to break. But we have to keep in mind here that this is a very volatile time. We're seeing banks go under. This is going to affect the cryptocurrency markets just as it has affected the stock markets. But these are the two levels and patterns that we need to most be aware of to determine how are we best going to look for our next trade, right? If we start to see this breaking down and we start putting in lower lows, that validates the bearish head and shoulders. And then in my opinion, we can look for that move down to these lower areas to catch a nice juicy bounce. However, if we over the weekend start to make a higher high and hold above 29,100, then I think we can look for the break to the upside, hitting my target of $33,000, which is my next major take profit zone on this long trade right here, up at about 32,835 is my actual TP for that. And I've had a lot of people ask me, Jay, how can you remain so bullish on Bitcoin when all these banks are falling apart and we're heading into economic collapse? Well, my reason for that, guys, is the charts, right? We are seeing bullish divergences on the weekly time frame, something we have actually never seen in Bitcoin's history. We're seeing money flow crossing to the upside. Yes, we're finding resistance at resistance, to be expected, but when we look at some of these lower time frames like the 4-day, we are seeing the money flow. The money is continuing to come into Bitcoin here as we are consolidating under key resistance, getting ready for a major move to the upside. And the last time we saw major banks go under, it was actually a very bullish thing for Bitcoin. And this is more of a fundamental reason, but I do believe that a lot of people are looking at crypto, looking at Bitcoin as a safe haven for their purchasing power. Because yes, you could put it into physical precious metals, but then you have to lug that all around with you. It's not very easy to use and send to other people. And people are scared to keep their money in fiat. And Bitcoin is a great alternative for that. So I'm expecting within the next 2 years a major bull market for cryptocurrency. I have more spot Bitcoin than I've ever had before. This is, of course, not financial advice. It's just what I am personally doing. And guys, I am a huge proponent of being as self-sufficient as possible. I'm a homesteader. I raise my own animals. I grow my own food. I strive every single day to become less and less dependent on the system. And here is something that I do every single day to stay sharp, self-sufficient, and ready to go. All right, y'all, I'm down here in the gym, just finished my workout for the day. One of the best things you can do to stay free and self-sufficient is be in good physical shape. Why is this? Because not only is your body now fit to do the work that you have to do in order to take care of the things on the homestead, but you are setting yourself up for longevity and health so that you don't have to be a slave to the pharmaceutical industrial complex like 90% of Westerners are when they get older. Now, this also helps your mind. It will help you stay sharp throughout the day so that you can focus on things you need to do like trading and other things. Now, here's a simple routine that I do every single morning to help stay mentally and physically in shape. First thing in the morning, 3 exercises. You're gonna do 30 sets of 10 equaling 300 reps. Chin-ups, push-ups, and body weight squats. That is it for today's video, guys. I do pray everybody has a wonderful weekend and is very, very blessed in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed, and I will see everybody in the next video. Peace!